I'm Judy Shaw for NYSE Floor Talk. Joining me today is Kashish Gupta. He is co-founder and co-CEO at Hightouch. Kashish, wonderful to see you. Thanks for joining me on the trading floor today.
Thanks for having me, Judy.
A pleasure. Now, before we get started, quick note to our viewers, this interview is for informational purposes only. The NYSE doesn't recommend any investments or investment strategies. All right, Kashish, so you've been in the market for a few years and you've amassed a list of nearly 1,000 customers around the globe. What's new about Hightouch that's making it gain widespread adoption?
Yeah, well, we actually coined this new category called reverse ETL to make data usable by the business teams that need it. So for many years, actually since the beginning of time, sales, marketing, and customer success always wanted access to customer data and didn't have it because it was locked up in data systems. The ease of use is actually really what made it easy to adopt, and the proliferation of cloud data warehouses. Now that everyone's using those cloud data warehouses, it's a lot easier to imagine that I'd want to send that data over to my Salesforce or my CRM and use it for business purposes.
All right. So now tell me, what's changed about the way companies handle data over the past few years, and how has Hightouch been a part of that?
Yeah, so back in the day, data used to be in all these disparate systems. And you'd have to worry about, well, I have data in Salesforce, let me go get it into NetSuite. I have data in NetSuite, let me get it into my marketing tool. And it was all these point-to-point integrations, which was incredibly complex, and you'd have to have a team of like hundreds of engineers maintaining that for you. With cloud data warehouses, we've actually seen centralization of data into one common data store, things like a Snowflake and BigQuery. And because we partner with those data warehouse providers, it actually becomes a lot easier to do this data integration task because the source is always the same. So that simplicity of all your data being in one place and then having a data team to manage that is really what's changed. And Hightouch has been able to make that data warehouse, that central source of truth in your company, a lot more usable by those end business teams. So it's really unlocking the power that the data team has already been working so hard to create for the rest of the company. And just doing that last mile of analytics, that last mile of just getting it in front of those sales and marketing users so they can operate on that data.
All right, so Kashish, tell me what's next. Are there any product developments in the future? Anything you're looking forward to?
There are. So our original product was meant for data folks to use to empower their sales and marketing teams. It required understanding of SQL, which is how people query their database. And our newest product actually is a point-and-click UI called Hightouch Audiences. It allows anyone to point and click in plain English, define their user subsets, and run campaigns on those users. And what's exciting for me is that we get to see marketers, just any marketer in the company, able to access their data directly from their data team and run ad campaigns, email marketing campaigns, and push notification campaigns on that data set. And over time, what we expect to happen is Hightouch builds more and more of these end user interfaces so that anyone, regardless of whether they can query a database or not, should be able to activate the data in their company. And so the same way you look at your BI tool as the way to read or look at your data, you think of Hightouch as the place to take action on your data, no matter who you are in a company. And so even like the New York Stock Exchange, we could totally imagine someone coming into Hightouch and saying, I want to see data in ServiceNow. Within 10 minutes, they have data flowing from their BI into ServiceNow, and they're accomplishing their service tasks.
Okay, all right, well, it sounds like an exciting time at the company. Wonderful to have you on the show. Thanks for joining me on Floor Talk, Kashish.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.